Phase 1 of Georgios' plan to restore the Roman Empire is well underway. After 3 successful holy wars against the Abbasid Empire, there are just a few duchies remaining before Georgios will be able to restore Theodosian borders. Georgios thought that the question of succession was over. He had elevated one of his young sons, Clement, to be his co-emperor. But while as children they were judged by their traits, as adults they are being judged by their actions, and there is still plenty of time for a different heir to win Georgios' favor. Georgios has always been a friend with the head of the Orthodox Church. However, as our new head of faith starts to grow older and feels the pressures of the role, friendship may not be enough to stop him from making some detrimental decisions. Quick update from me before we dive into today's video. I wanted to give a massive thank you to everybody who has supported the channel thus far. Thanks to you, we have reached the eligibility requirements to turn channel memberships on. I just want to let you know that this is all a thing. You can choose to support if you want to. The main benefits are your name in the outro of the videos, a custom role in our new channel Discord, as well as custom sub badges to mark milestones for how long you've been a member of the channel. But I also want to make it abundantly clear that there is zero pressure to support this channel financially in any way. You engaging with my content, liking, commenting, subscribing is more than enough. While there'll be little bonus content here and there, there's not going to be members only videos or series on the channel. These types of videos and these types of series will be free on the channel forever. I'm going to shut up now and let you watch the video. I promise I'm not going to just start plugging this relentlessly going forward. If you choose to support, thank you very, very much. Either way, enjoy the rest of the video. We are back in the Byzantine Empire today. We have just recently conquered all of Egypt, and the good news is that we probably won't have to put down a religious faction there the same way we did in Syria, because thankfully we've evangelized the realm and there are only a few counties left inside of our empire that are not Orthodox. While the empire is growing in strength though, Georgios is unfortunately weakening. We are infirm, a severe debuff to us, so we're going to want to start to shift some of our focus to our son and co-emperor Clement. So we've done what we can to make sure Clement is next in line as well as being the co-emperor. What we also need to do is find him a wife. And to be honest, a lot of the alliance power marriages are pretty lackluster, just with some duchies and even some counties as well. So what we may actually do is, rather than marrying for military power, we might actually marry for traits. Anna von Stein here will work perfectly. She is intelligent. It would be amazing to start getting this trait into the bloodline, possibly even get some geniuses later on. This will affect his prestige a bit, but I'm not too concerned about that. It'll be a betrothal, which also works for me. He'll start having children a little bit later in life, so he doesn't end up in the scenario that I'm in, of kids that I don't want to play because they are now so old. We're going to send that proposal, and that at least is him set up with a wife. Something else I didn't notice yesterday is we were looking at this new ruler of Russia. We were talking about him and his stats. In fact, he's a conqueror. What I didn't realize though is that this is our daughter Cecilia who's married to him. We married these two off when he was still just the king of Moldavia. He is now the emperor of Russia, so that alliance is going to stay strong for a little bit longer at the very least. So what is the plan for today? Seeing as though we are quite a bit older, I do want to start saving up some gold and really filling out all of my holdings, upgrading them to the max, so that when we actually unlock manorialism, we are good to go to upgrade all the economic buildings up an extra level, as well as our estate building as well. We still haven't really looked at this in a while, but our manor can be upgraded to level 3 when we get manorialism, which we definitely want to do. Obviously, our main focus is still also to re-establish Theodosian borders. If Georgios is still alive when the truth is up, we will go for the remainder of the land that we need from the Abbasids, not a huge amount of it. We're going to continue to convince Djur territory over here for the Russia lands, and we need to come up with a plan on how we're going to deal with the Holy Roman Empire's lands over here. Outside of the fact of how big the Holy Roman Empire are, a big issue is also going to be actually claims. So there's lots of de jure duchies that we can continue to claim over near Europe because we have some land within them already, but that's not really where our focus is going to be. And trying to get these lands in Northern Africa is going to be even more complex, as we can't do a holy war against Catholics since we only consider them astray and not hostile. Another route we could take is trying to murder our way through the Carling-Arizo dynasty, trying to just completely uproot the actual emperor themselves. Now, this is unpredictable. Another or stronger family could just succeed the throne anyway, and then we have the same problem on our hands, but I can deal with them being big like this, but I don't want them to snowball forever, and the sooner they lose the conqueror trait, the better. For the time being though, I'm going to focus on myself, upgrading everything that we need to upgrade, and then when our economy is maxed out, we can start pushing outwards. And we have another plague in the capital, because of course we do. I think I will isolate the capital. Like, there's an argument to just possibly let myself get it and die and make way for our son, but the risk is that he might get it as well. So I'm going to isolate the capital for now, just in case, and we will keep going with upgrading everything. I'm also going to develop the capital, so we get diligent planning in there. Clement is already swinging the scales of power in his favor. I would expect nothing less. His loyalty is self-interested, he is ambitious, just like me, and just like his grandfather, Justinian. Now, God knows what he'll end up getting up to if he actually gets these scales of power up much higher. So for now, I will just leverage some of my piety to swing them back. We have more than enough resources here to deal with this. We'll try and just keep him around level 1 up until we are certain that we're going to die. My wife, the Empress, has gained the trait Holy Fire. Please be cautious. Reduce disease symptoms. Thank you very much. My wife now has smallpox as well as Holy Fire. If you make it through this, that will be incredible. Now, I am saving gold, but something I may actually do is the Roman Heritage Legend. I might start this with my character, let my son pick it up. That way, we get a claim on every title inside of the Roman Empire, which would help a ton when it comes to actually grabbing the land we need off the Holy Roman Empire up the north of Africa here. My only concern with that is that we could potentially lose the claims before we have time to start pressing them on the actual European continent itself. So I don't want to use it just for some lands in Northern Africa and then wish I had it later. Alright, we are already cooking the books and it is time for another chariot race. This will be a nice injection of cash for us. And it'll probably also not help with the plague that's spreading around the capital, but, you know, everybody needs their entertainment. Our wife and soulmate is dead, 52 years old. She does have holy fire and smallpox, so I wasn't really expecting her to make it, but at least the memories remain. I'm gonna marry Hildegard a low-hole finger. Reason being, she has really high stewardship. She's not from a low-born family, so my vassals don't really care. I'm really just doing this so I can get back above my domain limit with her helping out. I take it back. The Egyptians are revolting anyway. What's going on over here? Okay, I've realized something. I was having a look over in Egypt because there is a faction that is going to fire. Turns out I spoke too soon, but also over here, I must have misclicked somewhere and given some land over to an actual Egyptian instead. I thought it would be fine, it would sort itself out. He's now attacking the actual governor though, and I really want somebody who's Greek as a governor, not this man. What I may actually do is go to limited administration so I can actually revoke the title of him and just give it to somebody who's Greek. I thought this wouldn't be a problem. Looks like it might snowball into one though. So the governor is likely going to lose, but that's actually fine because when the man who's attacking becomes governor, I can just revoke it off of him. My co-emperor is looking for my final approval. Nothing to read in great detail. I'll just be getting on with it, shall I? He wants to arrest this man who is in control of, oh, just this small theme over here of Dalmatia. He has been excommunicated for being an adulterer, so I will actually allow this. Oh no, convinced de jure territory fails. Curse you, Arnbjorn. We'll try for the other county for now. We can come back to this and deal with it later. We're in no crazy rush for it yet. We still have to get some land over here anyway. Now, I'm gonna give my other son, David here, a theme that I just inherited. Enjoy that, my friend. We are just absolutely stacking the vote here for our family with how many of our sons we put in control. What's our family rating now? It is 827, and for context, the next powerful family is at 240. Alright, so while I'm enjoying myself with the chariot race, we got our 1500 gold, by the way. Clement is putting in work. First of all, he looks unbelievable in this armor. Secondly, he is attacking somebody in a holy war. I'm not even sure where he's going for. He's looking to expand out the lands here. You go right ahead, my son. This is what we like to see in an emperor. And once again, we have another successful chariot race. Oh, now Clement's trying to just arrest somebody who's innocent. No, I'm vetoing this. I just have my fingers crossed that I don't look at Clement one day and it's like familial kinslayer, criminal, adulterer. Like, just please don't mess up your life until I take over. Okay, my new wife has recovered from measles. Thanks for the good news. And just as she recovers, I now have measles. Oh boy, do no more than what's necessary. Reduce disease symptoms. Okay, fair enough. To be honest though, what is this? Oh, the Ashari populace in Egypt are rising up. We have one more war to deal with, boys. This should be fine. Our army is nice and strong now, and there isn't even that many of them. That was the quickest I've ever put down a rebellion in this run. 4 months and we have the leader, enforced demand. You know what's happening to you, my friend. And that's all dealt with. Honestly though, I think I've just grown attached to Georgios and that's why I don't want him to die. It's probably time for it, to be honest, but just look at him, like the stats, all of these books that he has, absolutely ridiculous, the things that he's achieved. It'll be a sad day when he goes, but I do think Clement will be an absolute monster, although he is losing this war pretty badly. Amazingly, the conflict over here for the theme of the Delta with the Egyptian who was trying to rise up, I don't even think he is Egyptian actually, he's just the wrong culture. I'm not sure how it happened. Anyway, even though he was winning before, the governor is now at 71%. He's managed to get his act together, pulled in some adventurer bands, and looks like he may actually pull through. My rival and the head of an adventurer band, who is a lunatic gallows bait and also denounced, wants a non-lethal single combat. My prowess is still higher than his, even though I'm infirm and in old age. You know what? I'm gonna accept. Taste the wrath of St. George. A blow from my sword and a kick to the gut toward eternal glory, scum. And we have won. Ladies and gentlemen, Georgios will go down as one of the greatest members of House Angelos in history. 3 successful holy wars against the Abbasids, and at 56 years old, while infirm, wins a duel against his rival. Oh, he was trying to get the book back and he's lost his claim on it now. Very nice. I would have been very sad to lose that, actually. Wait a minute, I've missed it again. Since when are we attacking Yemen? Oh, the theme I inherited was in an expansion war against Yemen. Okay, fair enough, we'll deal with this as well. What a strange war to go for, though. This team up here is going for, like, this land for some reason. Good news and bad news. The governor that we wanted in power was not overthrown. Bad news, he has typhus. Oh, look at this, another dynasty legacy, and for the first time we can take something outside of bureaucracy. I think next we may go glory. There are a few I quite like here. Blood is very nice for the congenital traits. Warfare is great just to make sure that we actually have a super strong army, but I think glory is ideal for the vassal opinion, and later on the overall, well, general opinion of max sway schemes isn't even that good, but this one, assertive rulers with a short range duration and vassals being less likely to join claimant and liberty factions, very nice. Desirable match it is. No, Clement, no, you can't just imprison whoever you want, so you're getting vetoed. Excuse me, Clement? Fellow Basilius, I feel sorry for forcing you to take on so many duties in our partnership. Delegate to me the Kingdom of Cyprus to manage its governors and corral its people and lighten the burden on your noble shoulders. How about no? Although I did see some comments in the previous video about making kingdoms, having them particularly near like some of the border states and whatnot to make sure that they're nice and strong and whatnot. Maybe we could do it. I mean, bear in mind, we've done a lot of this. This is still my first time properly playing an admin government. I'm not sure exactly how kings would work. As far as I understand it, I still have a somewhat feudal relationship with them, but their vassals have a thematic relationship towards the king. As far as I understand it, I'm going to look into it more, but eventually we may need to make some kingdoms anyway in terms of vassal limits. What I will say though is, it's not so much for the reasons of micro. I don't actually mind doing some of the micro. I quite enjoy it, to be honest. Hold on a minute, Denmark is calling me into a war against a sheikdom. Who are you attacking? How in the world is there an Ashari ruler up here? You know what, I'll accept, my friend, you're not going to need my help. I'm going to commission a regalia as well, just to keep filling out our inventory slots. We're doing okay though, need some trinkets and a regalia, and then at least every slot is full. There we go, that's this war dealt with. We'll enforce demands, thank you very much. I'm going to give this to somebody who's going to be rather unlucky to hold it. I'm going to give it to an Orthodox Greek in the middle of Yemen. Hold on a minute, you might be a Basilius, Georgios, but you're also a reclusive boar. The unprovoked anger expressed by my patriarch, ecumenical patriarch Bothios, came at a complete surprise. He's been under a lot of stress lately, but when asked to explain himself, he only doubled down on the insults. This is not good. The head of faith is now my rival. Look at this. Through a successful haggle, we managed to pick up a lucky Greek coin. Very nice. We need some trinkets anyway. Let's throw that on as well. Okay, we have 2,000 gold, we're making 90 gold a month, and I've upgraded everything I possibly can. We do have some new holdings on the way that'll need to be upgraded as well, but we're about as rich as we possibly can be right now. So I think I will actually start Roman heritage. Listen, If later on we need more claims in the middle of Italy, then we're going to have to just deal with it. For now, I'm going to start this with myself. We will pick it up as Clement when he takes over, and we're going to use this to get the Holy Roman Empire out of Northern Africa. Once again, it is time for war with the Abbasids. This time is going to be a holy war for a duchy. We need this one here as well as this one below it. We're going to start with this one. What is this? You've gained the Devout Builder of Janitsa Legend Seed. Oh, it's from building churches. Interesting. I can't actually check to see what we'll get from it yet because we're currently promoting one. We'll have a look at that later. What we can do, though, is consecrate the bloodline. This will give us another legend seed. We'll gain the trait Paragon, which is huge. The fervor will increase and we'll get another 500 renown. Amazingly, even though our head of faith is our rival, he still has over 75 opinion of us, and we have reached religious icon. Absolutely perform the final rites, please. Virtue without fault. That is amazing. Oh, I don't believe it. We have a war with the Abbasids and there's an actual army for us to attack. No, come on, there's 5,000 of them and they're still running away. Let me fight you, please. Wait a minute. Whoa. Did I see that right? Oh my god, he's after excommunicating my son. Oh my word. What a way to get back at me. How in the world do I deal with this correctly? This is a major problem. I can't ask the head of faith to lift excommunication on my son. If I wanted to just go with it and get rid of my son, I can take hostile actions against my diarch. And I can't get rid of the head of faith without it being tyranny, and that still wouldn't even clear the excommunication. This is not good. This is not good at all. I could try and put Daniel, my other son, ahead of him in the line of succession, but the fact that he's co-emperor could cause some serious problems. I'm going to do it for now, though. I'm going to also support bureaucracy to bolster his governance for 10 years. He'll also become my friend. Let's also mentor you in governance as well. That'll be useful. And now, the person who was supposed to take over is now our enemy. Well, not our enemy, but a big issue. We have to make sure that Clement does not become emperor now. I mean, it could be okay. Technically, he could become emperor and then just ask for the excommunication to be lifted. But if it isn't, it's going to be a severe problem. Oh, look at this. He's after excommunicating me as well now. You became my rival for no reason. You used to love me. You were my brother, Anakin. So I can make declaration of repentance. I can pay prestige in an act of contrition to have it lifted. But I can't do it yet because it was too recent. To be honest, though, even if I stay excommunicated and it ends up not being that bad, I think I may still prefer Daniel over Clement. I know I made him co-emperor, but he's become profligate. That minus 10% monthly income is really not good. Compare that to Daniel, and his only real drawback is that he's lustful, which is sinful, but everything else is still pretty decent. That is very, very frustrating because I was certainly working so hard to make sure the head of faith were always in the good books, and he was at 100 opinion of me and then became my rival because he was stressed. Good news at least is that we have won the war for one of the duchies that we need from the Abbasids to restore Theodosian borders. Being excommunicated myself right now is not the biggest deal. Everybody pretty much loves me. They're not really going to join factions against me, but 50% less monthly piety and 50 less zealot vassal opinion for a new heir would be quite detrimental. And I am starting to think that even though this isn't the worst trait in the world, I still am really thinking that Daniel is now the better man for the job. Daniel has gained mentored in governance, gets another +1 stewardship as well as some monthly influence. Amazing. Something I forgot about the estate actually is that while all the buildings are maxed out, the upgrades are not. So I'm going to also upgrade some of these for the little bonuses we get from those as well. Convinced de jure territory has failed again. This is not good news at all. That does mean we're going to have to find a different way to pick up this duchy for ourselves. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like yet, but to be honest, I'm mainly concerned with succession at the moment. Excuse me? Northerner conquest for the team of Kirch. Where exactly are they attacking? Oh, amazing. It's for this random piece of land up here. Okay. The good news is that we ourselves can at least lose the trait excommunicated by the declaration of repentance. We will do that just in case. I wish these northerns would just show up already. We're just standing around waiting for them. Very nice. More of my cities are getting completed. We are going to have to grant this one away, but we are now up to 9 out of 9 domain holdings. Interesting moves are happening in the Abbasid Empire. They're being attacked by Yemen, who's just a king, but he's attacking the entire Abbasid Empire in a subjugation war. So he wants to take the Abbasid Empire, as well as all the lands within it, plus what he controls in Yemen, which would make them quite a bit stronger as a power block than they currently are. I'm going to keep an eye on our truce if we can go to war again and grab the last duchy that we need down here before they break apart or get stronger. That would be ideal. Someone else intending to use my seal. Very good. Have the wretch sent to me. We'll deal with him later. Now, our legend can actually be upgraded again. I'm going to wait, though. It's going to be more expensive when we increase its quality, and I'd also rather complete it when I have just taken over as my son, so we get the most amount of time to utilize it. Okay, seriously, where are the attackers? Where is this northern minute? Oh, they're over. Why are they over? Oh my god, they're sieging me down over here. The theme you want is all the way over here. Would you not get in boats and try and siege this down? No? My brother Andreas has just died, which means that of my 12 siblings, I am the last one remaining. I haven't done it in a while. I probably will increase the army size just a little bit again, because we are sitting on lots of gold at the moment. Nothing too crazy. I don't want to start going into the negative, but we can field a larger army than we currently have. Oh, of course I get an event to become friends with Clement as well. Fair enough, we'll take it. Keep your friends close, and keep your problematic children co-emperor that you don't want in line for the throne closer. Actually managed to finish the avaricious tree, another +2 stewardship and plus 15% holding taxes. We are way too rich at the moment. No way, the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire is now promoting the Roman heritage legend. My friend, you are promoting the very thing I'm going to use to destroy you. There we go. We were defending a straight crossing there. It was supposed to be balanced, but we are cleaning up. Oh, I swear to God, if you're gonna leave this island when I can't attack you and then just go to the actual team I was waiting in, I'm gonna be so angry. I can only assume that the Holy Roman Empire also used some legends to actually evangelize the realm, because how they've managed to convert all of this Northern African land to Catholic is beyond me. They did it so quickly as well. I mean, to be fair, all of our land is now the correct religion as well, which reminds me I need to go in here and change their directive from converting faith to converting culture. Okay, it looks like the Northerners are indeed going to the war goal now, probably because they're panicking. No, they're going for the capital, of course they are. What is this? The head of faith comes to me. Your son Clement has taken a great interest in my work as your court chaplain as of late. If you were to graciously allow me to spend some time with the young man, he is sure to learn quite a few things about the history of our realm. What do you mean? You're the one who excommunicated him. We can say as long as you know what you're doing, you'll get a weak favor hook on us. Absolutely not. We can say we'd rather teach him ourselves, or we can say we will see if you're speaking the truth first. 95% I discover the reasons to educate him. Yeah, let's do this one. I was right to suspect him. After having him under a watch for a few days, it's abundantly clear he has only interest in pitting my son against me. Oh, well, you're an absolute genius, aren't you? If you didn't excommunicate him and become my rival, that would have absolutely worked. But now it's fairly obvious. How do you plan to use my son that you excommunicated against me? Explain this to me. I cannot allow him around Clement any longer. Here we go, a battle in the capital. Surely this will be enough to deal with this northerner conquest. What an annoyance. You are joking. 95%. Let's just follow them home. Okay, maybe what I said earlier about how kingdoms work is actually incorrect, because it says here that at level 3, duchy tier diarchs can demand their own kingdom tier governorships. So that makes me feel as though the kingdom is still also a governorship. So maybe then giving out kingdoms wouldn't be that bad. In other news though, he did hit level 3, he's on his way to level 4. I am slowing him down, but he's moving a lot quicker than I am. We can plan another chariot race already. I've been spending gold like crazy and we still have 3k. I am gonna set the intent for this chariot race to murder the head of faith. He is our rival, he has caused us tremendous problems, and let us not forget that we are a vengeful character. Now, it did say he may not arrive in time, but if we can make it happen, let's do it. I'm not too sure how secretive it's going to be, trying to murder someone at a chariot race, but maybe we'll figure out a way to make it happen. Oh no, he is here. He did make it in time. Oh, fascination discovered. We now have manorialism. This is tremendous. We can actually start to use all of this gold we've been stockpiling. Up next, I am going to grab Mangonel so we can siege things down quicker. Something that is interesting, though, is... Where is it? Chronicle writing can press several of your claims in a single war. With the amount of claims we have on the HRE, if we could press all of our de jure duchy claims at once, that could be a way to kind of weaken them in multiple different places. Would be a nightmare of a war, though, trying to siege all that down with how separate everything is. This also means we can finally upgrade our manor to a mansion, making it much harder for anybody to raid our estate, although no one's ever done that before. More domicile income and influence, and another building slot. And of course, we are going to go around and upgrade all of our economic buildings to tier 3. Okay, our head of fate has just gone crazy. He's now excommunicated the Emperor of Russia. He has just thrown caution to the wind at this point. I mean, he is a fornicator, to be fair. That could be an in for us, potentially, though. We still have the alliance, though. Maybe later there'll be something open for us. I'm going to help out one of my vassals down here, who I have noticed... Oh, no, the chariot race will continue, don't worry. Who I've noticed is in a peasant faction uprising. She is losing, and I want to help her out because what I can tell, they are Orthodox, but they're Egyptian. I suspect they're trying to do something about the culture. So let's head down here and help her out. We may have been too late. They've just hit 100%, but I know the AI often delays before they actually send their demands. If we can capture them in battle before that, never mind. Actually, I forgot something very important. We can't upgrade our actual economic buildings to tier 3 yet because we need the castles to be upgraded to keeps. And to do that, we need the battlements innovation. So I think I will actually take battlements next. Wow, it has been a while, but we can finally build another building in our estate. I may actually go for the garden next, to be honest. I know it seems strange. There's lots of other ones that are quite nice for getting more gold and whatnot, but we're doing quite well on gold. We will want to upgrade it eventually in the future. Like, if we were to max out our army, know that our income would start to look a lot more humble. But the garden I quite like, because later on we could turn it into a leisure garden, which gives us up to 40% more stress lost, or a fruit garden which does something similar, but also the disease resistance. And realistically, things inside of the realm, like the size of our military and gold and buildings, that's all very, very important. But what also helps a lot is actually helping our characters not have like mental breaks all the time and whatnot. So I think I will go for the garden here, and we'll be upgrading everything else as well. Oh, here we go. I have an opportunity to kill the head of fate. I'm gonna push him off the edge. 87% chance he suffers a mysterious fall, 75% chance he dies, 25% chance he becomes infirm, and I get the secret attempted murder. There is a 12% chance that it is intercepted, though. Let's do it. Push him off. He's dead. We did it. We killed the head of fate by pushing him off the balcony. Amazing news. Now, our new head of fate. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I am going to continue to sway you in the hope of becoming friends, because I don't want you to be my rival again, because that was horrible. I also love how the chariot race just continues. Like, the head of fate has just died. He's just fallen to his death, and we're just all here out having a nice few drinks. And there it is, another successful chariot race with a nice little murder thrown in to spice things up. Another dynasty legacy, amazing. The renown is flying in. I think I will take renown name. We'll continue down the glory tree. The prestige is quite nice. We actually have lots of it, but most of it's like through events. We don't get a lot of it passively. Number of knights is fine. Mercenary higher cost, minus 10%, that's okay. Court grandeur change is not needed. We're already #1 in the world, but an extra accolade wouldn't hurt at all. I do love how after all of the drama around the heirs that I was selecting, I am 65, and the person that we want to control the empire, Daniel here, is now 26. And initially I was like, yeah, my sons are too old to really be the next emperor, and they were around the same age. But to be fair, it still works out. If I had selected my eldest son as the heir, we would be inheriting at 45, and we would be inheriting an adulterer who's also a profligate and homely. He didn't really turn out the best, I can't lie to you. Now, the Abbasids are somehow in even worse shape than the last, like, 4 times I declared war on them, but I am going to try and sneak in one more holy war for duchy, and we're going to try and grab the remaining duchy that we need from them in order for us to restore Theodosian borders. Honestly, we could end up helping them here. We're just fighting every possible hostile army in their realm, and there's going to be a lot of them because they are at war with a lot of people. Oh, for God's sake, Daniel is not as perfect as it once seemed. My son, Strategos Daniel, has had an extramarital affair with his lover, Stefania. How could he defile the sanctity of marriage? Also, what's wrong with him? Now he's a known adulterer. Oh my word. Oh my word, we're going to have to find another person to take over. Arrest her, we can't be having this. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, adulterer isn't actually the worst thing in the world. It is shunned, and it's a, like, imprisonment reason, but Orthodox opinion is only -5 towards it. So it's actually not the worst one in the world. And I mean, he is lustful. It was bound to happen eventually. My son, Strategos Daniel, has been named as the real father of the unborn child of my prisoner, Stefania. Has he no thought for the importance of his marriage to his wife, Duchess Tataz? God damn it. Alright, fine. We're going to release her. We're going to gain a weak hook and recruit her. And we'll figure out what we're going to do in terms of succession. Just in case, I'm going to mentor Clement in governance as well. Maybe we'll want him instead. We may have found a potential candidate. The son of Justinian, my firstborn son, is only 17, ambitious, patient, honest, insightful thinker, and consecrated blood. You, my friend, I think are who we want. The problem, though, is I put so much in investing in my other two sons that it would now be 4.4 thousand to influence him enough to go straight to first in line. Honestly, I don't even know who should actually be next in line for the throne at this stage. All of them have lived long enough to start to cause problems. Part of the reason is I think I've lived slightly too long. I was very keen to get know thyself, but just ended up reinforcing my health so much that now I'm going to live to probably 80. Oh, I don't believe it. We had just come across an actually decent-sized army from the Abbasids, and then we captured a valuable prisoner, and the war's all over. We will take it, though. Thank you very much. Theodoros here is stubborn, which is not great, but otherwise he's quite decent. I am going to give him some land in here just to help his case a little bit if we decide that we do want him to be next in line instead. Having them be an existing governor and not just a nobody will help a lot. What this also means is we have now gained control of all the land needed from the Abbasids in order to restore Theodosian borders, except for this county here, but we'll deal with that later. All that is left now is what the Holy Roman Empire holds and what Russia holds, because we weren't able to convince desert territory on either of those counties. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Like I mentioned in the beginning, channel memberships are now live on the channel. If you would like to support the channel, this is an example of where you would see your name based on the tier that you've selected. I do want to reiterate, there is zero pressure to become a channel member or support financially in any way. I love making these videos. I'm going to continue to make them either way. There is not going to be exclusive member-only series or videos. It's just a way to support, have your name in the outro, and a special role in the Discord. But as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.